Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. And as you can see, we have a brand new guest. Now, this guest is not from a manufacturer, not from a supplier. Oh no, this guest is all the way from our office over there. This is Charlotte. Charlotte, hello.
Hi.
And welcome to BMTV,
Thank
your
you.
debut.
It is.
How are you? I've been out this morning, so how's work been so far this
Been
morning?
all right. Just been prepping for this now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, with all guests on BMTV, even though you're our first internal guest, if you like, I want to find out a little bit more about your history and why you are qualified to present on this show today. So you've only been working here for 18 months or so, haven't you?
That's correct.
And you tell everybody what you do here at Balloon Market and then why you are here behind the table.
I am customer support team for Balloon Market.
You don't even know what you're called. No, I don't know what you're called. You're customer support.
Yeah, because it was like team and then it was like specialist and I don't
Customer
know.
support specialist? I think that's what we call
specialist,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was Balloon on it now, it's still changed.
Okay. Charlotte answers the phone, answers the live chat, sorts stuff out. You do a lot of the graphic design as well, don't you?
Yeah, all the social stuff.
Social stuff as well. So, sorry, I interrupted because you didn't know who you are or what you do. Why? Tell us a little bit about your history and why you're on here.
I'm here because you asked me. But I have a background in all things vinyl, crafty. I consider myself to be a resident crafter here.
Yeah.
I think that's fair enough to say.
Absolutely.
I came from a background of running my own business, doing vinyl products, and then I also used to cosplay, which is taking characters from films, TV shows, that sort of thing.
You know Alex is going to ask you for some photos of that, so you're okay, good, because we want to see those.
Yeah, and kind of making that character, building the entire costume, usually using foam, thermoplastics, 3D printing, so I did all of that myself.
Are we going to have to start selling 3D printers?
I would love that.
Alex, make a note.
I had 4, I think. I had like 4.
Really?
Had a desk like this, all set up, yeah.
Wow.
Just like my little army of machines.
So what sort of things did you make?
Props, like fake weapons, that sort of thing.
Really?
For TV shows and anything. I could literally make anything.
For TV shows?
Yeah, like independent, small kind of ones.
So not like, Game of Thrones or anything?
I wish, no.
No, okay.
I did make an axe from Game of Thrones, but not for Game of Thrones.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you sold all of this on Etsy, is that right?
Yeah, I did Etsy, had Instagram, used that as a platform for selling as well, which I forgot to close down. And I had someone message me last week, like, can I commission you for something? And I was like,
Wow.
no.
Wow. Well, if we can get a BMTV out of it, maybe you should. Yeah. So you would use, this is really interesting because I've not told you about this side of your business, but you would use Instagram to push people towards your Etsy shop, is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. I'd have it linked in my bio, and then if I made something 3D printed something, or I even just put my regular items, although my page was specifically kind of for cosplay and creating stuff. It did veer more towards the kind of nerdy stuff, but occasionally I would put all my actual bits I was making on there, so links in the bio, or build a bit of hype, like do timed releases, kind of let people know what's going on. I use Twitter a lot as well for Etsy. Yeah, it was good.
Ah, cool. So what's the favourite piece you've ever made?
I don't know. Ghostbusters Proton Pack.
All right.
That was a labour. I was looking, it was Ghostbusters Day, National Day, whatever, the other day.
There's a Ghostbusters National Day.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I was looking back because it came up on memories that I was making this Proton Pack, and it was a labour of love. That was a lot of DIY.
So did you use vinyl and stuff on that for the detail and stuff?
Yeah, so there's like a lot of like warning labels and that sort of thing, and that was used on there.
That is really cool. Yeah. And I remember you telling me when you first came for your interview, how many orders you did in a year. It was quite a lot, wasn't it?
I was doing Christmas time alone. I think in the month of December, I was doing around 1,000 orders. I don't remember off the top of my head what I was doing, but it was a couple of thousand orders a year. Yeah.
That's crazy. And that was just you at home?
Literally in my bedroom. I did have a workshop and then I moved, so I had to do it all out my bedroom.
Were you doing it full time?
Yeah, I would kind of go to bed at 3 a.m. I'd be up all night doing it and then wake up, start it all again. It would be like a solid 12 plus hours just hunched over.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot. That's why I wanted to
Yeah, that's
change
why you
of
wanted a
pace.
normal job that you get to go home and not have to work till 3 in the morning.
I miss
Wow.
it though. I miss, especially recently doing a lot of creating. I
Yeah.
miss it a bit.
Well, hopefully you can just do more creating here and it'll satisfy your need.
Hopefully.
Right, let's talk about what it is you're going to do today. First of all, this beautiful machine.
Yes, this is the Cricut Maker 3. It's one of the new models. I don't quite know when it came out, but it was recently. It was an upgrade from the original Maker.
Yeah, so we sell this and we sell something smaller, something bigger. I can't remember
We
the names.
sell the Joy, and that is a little small machine. It's kind of maybe that big. And then we also sell the Explore, which is kind of, I wouldn't say the one down from it, but this is like the big heavy duty
Oh, right,
machine.
this is the top one, okay.
This can cut like foam, it can cut balsa wood, leather, that sort of thing.
Balsa wood.
Yeah,
Wow.
like maybe like 2-3 mil thick,
Yeah.
but it can.
Still, though, I mean.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous, like 15 pounds, maybe more than 15 pounds, 50 pounds, something machine.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got a lot of weight behind it. And then we do the Explore 3, and that's the slightly, can't do as many materials, but.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
today we're going to use this, and you are basically going to take us through the process of getting it from, I guess, your head
Yeah.
onto whatever it is you're going to show everybody what you're going to put it onto.
Yeah, so we've done a lot of discussing of what what to make, and it is wedding season at the moment, so I feel like it's prime time to do something wedding-y. I
Okay.
did a little table chart. I don't know if you want to.
Okay, so I'm doing that now.
I might
Okay.
as well just show so that you've got a theme.
I've got a prop, everybody. Look
Yeah.
at that.
I did mess up a little bit. I didn't center the one.
Nobody would have noticed, Charlotte.
I know, I do. No, but it's fine because it like next time I go and do, I've never made one of these before.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is, I just forgot that the 3 word was bigger. So
Yeah.
I needed to move it over.
So
Right.
this is one of our acrylic boards that we sell. This is the, what do you call that? Frosted.
Frosted acrylic,
one.
yeah.
And you've just done a table plan for a wedding.
Yep, seat and chart. And that's also using the new Tech Wrap
Yeah.
textured metallic vinyl.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've not even looked at that yet.
It's really nice.
Are these all famous people or just random names?
No, I did a name generator.
There's a name generator.
I did a first and last name generator. On
Well, Denise
Google.
Williams is coming. Look,
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
she's famous. She's a singer, isn't she?
No.
Oh, Hazel Crossley.
Yeah, there's
No
a
idea
few
who that is,
names.
Crossley.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to do something a little
something
bit smaller.
to tie
than
into
this.
that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've got to do this. I love that noise. Right.
It's so satisfying.
Okay, what are we going to do? Shall I turn this around? Because
Yeah,
you
if
want
you
it
don't
to be like that so that Alex can get a good shot of that. Is that all right, Alex? Alex gives me the thumbs up.
So I'm going to be using one of our small acrylic discs.
It's not a
Plaques.
disc. Yes.
Plaques.
Well done for correcting yourself.
It's a clear one because we don't have the frosted ones just yet, but I have bugged Jenny to get them.
Okay.
So hopefully soon. And then this is one of our wooden blocks that the disc sits. Plaque.
Whoever came up with the idea of getting a wooden block, putting a little groove in it and selling it, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing.
And to go along with our seating chart, we're going to do a table number that just sits on the table at a wedding, and we'll be in theme with the plaque.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do
So
it.
I'll put that there for a minute just so you know.
I'll put it over here.
So I'm going to go onto the Cricut software, which I believe Alex is going to bring up magically. And this is what Cricut Design Space, so if you use a Cricut machine, it has its own software to use. It's called Design Space, and there is a lot on there, a lot.
So this is all just online, so you just
Yeah.
go on, okay.
So it's like a app that you download to the computer. You can get it on your phone, iPad. I use it on all of them. And it has the basic canvas that you use to make things. If I load it up now, this has something I've already made earlier.
Mr. and Mrs. Roy. I wonder who that is.
I'm going a little Succession. My
Idiot.
inspiration.
I loved that last show.
It was so good. But if I go back to the beginning, this is kind of what it looks like. So up here you have the machine, so you can set it for the experience of what machine you're using. So there's the various different ones up there.
So it just chooses the settings based automatically on the machine. Okay.
So if you were using the Joy, it would give you a smaller canvas because it is the small machine.
I see.
And when you are putting images into the design space, then it will tell you if it's too big to be cut with that machine, sort of thing. So you know that you're not messing up.
Okay. When you say there's lots on here, are you talking about images that you can use and fonts and all of that sort of stuff?
Yeah, so Cricut has its own subscription plan. I think it's called Access, Cricut Access, and it has anything you can probably think of. It's got images, which when you're using like vinyl and cutting machines, you call them an SVG. Don't quite know what that stands for.
I don't know, but I've got a feeling it might show up on the screen when everybody's watching this. So.
And it just means it's a file that can be cut. So it uploads with like a transparent background and it can be cut. So Cricut has loads of SVGs. It has projects already made. So at the moment they are pushing Father's Day because that's just around the corner. And as you can see here, there's a t-shirt you can make, like, so you could just click on that and then you could make it and send it to the Cricut, cut that out, stick it on a t-shirt, you're done. And you don't have to worry about making something yourself. You don't have to worry about drawing something if you're not like that creative, or you don't have the like an iPad or something to draw on. That's what I do. You've got cards or a gift bag. There's things to do with vinyl for cards. You can etch on wood and acrylic. There is
So this is a subscription, or have you got these as part of the normal?
So they do have some free ones on there that if you're not a part of Cricut Access that you do get. Otherwise, and there's some free fonts as well, I think. But if you want more, you either can pay for them individually, but they're quite expensive. So if you are using, say, like 15 designs a month, that's going to lend like £2-3 each. They're going to be expensive. And I think the subscription's like £7.
Oh, right, okay. So definitely worth it if you're doing lots of different creative things.
So worth it. You can see here, there's like disco balls, stickers. Anything. You don't have to worry about being creative.
That's amazing.
Fonts. So if you can't quite decide on a font, you can download them onto Cricut. People to follow for inspiration.
Oh, that's amazing.
There's a little birthday cake topper, which I know some people in our industry would find useful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Labels.
Wow.
Yeah, there's...
You've got to go and have a look at this, everybody.
And if you just want to search something, you can search in here. They've got vinyl, they've got all the themes, beginner projects.
Fantastic. So let's go. Let's start with whatever it is that you're going to create on here.
So I'm going to create a table number, very simple to start us off with. So once you're on the Cricut software, I'm just going to go new project at the top of the page. So this is the Cricut Design Space canvas. This is where you upload your images. It's where you edit your things. It's where you do everything, basically. This is your canvas as it is. So for today, we are just doing very simple table number, and all you need, I mean, just to show you, you've got like shapes. You can upload all the images that I was talking about from Design Space. Is over 300,000.
300,000. Wow.
And they've got some licenses as well.
So can you just do a search for something there in that search bar? What should we search for?
Right, Star Wars. And hope something appears.
Oh, give us an R2-D2 or something. Oh yeah, look at that.
So you've got all the different, and you can just literally upload these into the canvas. So you would like hover or click on it, and then down at the bottom, add to canvas.
You've got Star Wars Pride.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
You've got Star Wars everything, loads of Star Wars Pride.
Wow.
Yeah. Then we go ahead.
Can we do a Star Wars design instead? Okay, no, I'm joking.
Next time.
I'm joking.
I mean, May 4th.
May the 4th, would be a good day.
So this is Design Space. It's got all the images, projects. You can open a project that you've already been working on. Templates, just open this up. They have things that are compatible with things that you commonly make with Cricut. You can upload a template to, say, a t-shirt or a short. You would put in what size they are, then it would come up on the canvas, what size, like with an outline of the shorts, so that you know exactly what size to do the vinyl and how to place it and that sort of thing.
Wow, that is really good.
So it's literally got...
This is really impressive.
Everything on there. And yeah, you just upload it, click on the template that you want, and then you can go from there.
You had doors there. So it's got door templates.
Dryers, electronic covers,
Flip-flops. Wow.
everything. Jack-o'-lanterns, because
Yeah.
no.
Okay, so what do we
click
do
on
next then? Let's get back on track.
Okay. There you go. Got rid of it. Got
Okay.
on canvas. So really simple. I'm going to go table number. One thing I do like to do is working with acrylic is to insert a shape that is the same size as the acrylic plaque, so that I know roughly how big the vinyl on it needs to be. So for this, I'm just going to open shapes, do a square.
Do you know what size this is?
No.
Hold on. I can tell you. Look, I found my glasses. It is 14.8 centimetres by 21 centimetres. It's apparently got no holes as well, so seemingly
Say
we must do
28.
these. 21, sorry. So seemingly we do ones with holes as well, maybe. I don't know.
We do.
We do. Oh, there we are.
Yeah. So now we have our little acrylic. It's just going to be the background for our acrylic disc. It doesn't matter what colour it is, because you're just going to delete that at the end.
Yeah, okay.
Now I've got my text. So I'm going to do table, and then I'm going to find a nice font. I don't have too many on this laptop because it's not mine. But the great thing about Cricut is that they have thousands, maybe not thousands, hundreds of fonts that are already on here for you to use. See, some of them, if you don't have Cricut access, you do have to pay for.
Yeah.
But there's so many different fonts. But the other great thing is that you have system fonts. So any fonts that are on the computer that you download from the internet, which is very popular in the Bloom world, is fonts are a big thing.
Yeah.
So anything that you download will be on system.
Okay.
So I've got a couple. I've also bookmarked some that I like to use regularly. Can I move that
Don't tell
over?
me Comic Sans is one.
Oh, no, horrible. I used a couple of different fonts. I think I used one that's called I Love Glitter.
Okay.
And I used one called, I want to say, Dolores.
Okay, nice. So what are you going to use for this?
I'm going to use, to keep in the same theme.
Okay.
Yep.
I think Comic Sans gets a bad rep. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It started off very, very friendly, but people just overused it, didn't they?
It's just a little bit unaesthetic.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, it is now in 2023, I guess.
So I've got this.
In 1998, it was so cool.
I'm just going to copy and paste that. So I've got the same font, and then I'm just going to put in
Just
what
not
number.
listening to me, are you?
No, because I don't.
All right.
Comic Sans. So this is.
That's very nice.
my
That's
font.
nicer than Comic Sans.
It is a lot nicer. It's very modern.
It is.
I did have a quick Google, modern fonts. But yeah, so this is the Dolores font and the number and table. One thing I did find with this font is that it is very thin when you cut it out.
Yeah.
So I did a little test run earlier, and some of the lines were just a cut, so it didn't actually cut any vinyl away. It just left a cut mark in it.
Okay.
So one thing you can do is what's called an offset. So it creates essentially like a border around it, and you can kind of justify how thick or thin that is, and then use that to make the font bolder, because a lot of fonts that you download do not have the ability to be made bold.
Okay. So you're going to do that here?
Yeah, just literally click at the top. You can see there's all these things. So operation is cut. These are all the things that Cricut can do. You can cut. There's different blades to do perforated cut, a wavy cut.
Okay.
You can draw with pen. They have a foil kit that you can use, and it essentially draws foil onto things. It's really cool.
Oh, cool.
We do stock those, and I
Do
really
we?
want to use it. Yeah.
Oh, we've got to do that.
I really want to use it. You can score, which is really great. There's two blades for scoring. There's like a stylus that you put into one of these. And then there is an actual scoring blade. The stylus is great. It's quite cheap. Just put it in, drags it down, especially if you're making cards. It's a really good little bit of kit.
Cool.
You can deboss, and you can...
You can do what, sorry?
Deboss.
Deboss.
And you can engrave. And then you've got print and cut, which is... So you would... Say you're making stickers. It's something I used to do quite a lot, is make stickers.
Yeah.
You would upload... I would do a drawing, for example, upload that into Design Space, print it through Design Space, not on a normal thing, on vinyl paper, on sticker paper, and then it prints out with a little border around it so that this can calibrate with it's got like a little scanner in here, I think. I'm not quite sure how it works.
Magic.
But yeah, absolute magic. And then you put it through once you printed it and it just cuts out.
Perfect.
It's amazing.
We'll have to do that as well. There's so many things we can do. I'm very excited.
So on this one, we just want basic cut because all we're doing is cutting out the vinyl. I'm gonna go, you can change the color. So say, another great thing is that you have your mats, and say you were doing multiple colors of vinyl, you can change the colors. So each different vinyl that you're using, color of vinyl, can get printed on a different mat or get cut out on a different mat. Yeah. Don't always need to use it. There is a good feature that you have where you can, if you're using a phone or an iPad, you can put, say you have loads of leftovers of vinyl, put them all on a mat in different places, take a picture, and then move the bit of vinyl on over each square of or scrap of vinyl that you're using. Yeah. Put it in the machine and it will cut it out in those places.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so clever.
It's really clever.
Wow, you know a lot. Yeah. This is amazing. Anyway, come on. Let's get it. I'm not trying to rush you.
No, that's okay. So I'm just going to go offset at the top. I think I did on the other one is 0.03.
So that's just making it fatter. Okay.
And then I'm going to turn the corners to a square because it's not really a round font. It's a nice font. And then I do that. And it will do, so you've got the word here and then you've also got the offset. So if you wanted, you can move them.
Oh, you see the difference.
Yeah. And then this is great if you're doing outlines and stuff. Layering vinyl, you would use that.
Okay.
So you would cut both separately and then layer one on top of the other because it's got a thicker outline.
We've got to do layering at some point.
Yeah. But on this case, I only need this one. So I'm going to delete that one. And then same again, I'm going to do offset on here, 0.3. Give it a second to load, apply, and then...
This does not look at all difficult.
It's not. And
it's very intuitive.
That is my biggest thing. The Cricut is probably the best machine you could possibly buy to make money out of, to run your own business. You don't need much if you can just start it from everything that Cricut comes with. I would say, it's the best investment you can get.
So you can do this on your phone, you said earlier.
Yeah,
so
phone,
iPad,
anything,
got the phone
tablet.
app. And they can connect, via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth?
Bluetooth and on the Wi-Fi, or you've got a little, if you're using a laptop, it's got a little USB that you plug in.
Cool.
It's really clever. Now I'm going to get these two, align them so that they are centered together. And then I'm just going to move this one up a bit till I'm happy with the positioning for now. I might decide to move that around.
Okay.
I'm now gonna make it a bit bigger. I need to arrange it so it comes to the, nope, it is at the front now. Table isn't. Arrange, bring to front. They are now both at the front.
So what that does is you've got that grey background and you've brought it to the front.
Yeah, so it just comes in front.
So you can see it.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna make this a bit bigger, not too big because I find sometimes, I am notorious for making mistakes. It is very...
Don't tell us that. No. You're teaching everybody how to do it.
It's very trial and error. Yeah. It's not something you can just go and make something. It is that simple. But learning the thickness and the depth of cut that you need to do, or I made cake day, the cake toppers.
Yeah,
I did that, and although the acrylic discs are the actual disc this time, of like 5 centimeters. I set my vinyl to 5 centimeters and they were too big. So it's just that sort of thing. It's learning your sizes. Yeah.
You did one recently for Instagram, didn't you?
Yeah, a little mermaid for the little mermaid.
I like that.
Yeah.
And that's cute. With the vinyl. What's the
tech wrap?
Tech wrap.
It was the new tech wrap, mermaidy, scaly. Cool. It was really pretty, really good to watch.
Check it out. It's on Instagram, everybody. What's our Instagram handle?
Balloonmarket.uk.
Balloonmarket_UK.uk. I should really know that.
Right, I've got the 5 and I'm going to make this 5 bigger now.
Oh, good call.
Move that up. Move that like that.
So how can you center those so you know that's absolutely in the center?
So I can click them both together by holding Shift or Control and then click on each one, or down this side you've got layers, and you can also color sync. So if you were doing multiple bits of vinyl, you can sync the colors so that they appear the same color.
Okay.
This here is a great little, it's how you do a lot of the combining. I don't really know what it's called, but it's great. So these are all your layers. So I've got 3 layers on my canvas right now. I've got the square background, then I've got these 2. Say I wanted to, you've got slice, combine, which then opens up all these things, attach and flatten. Flatten is, I'm pretty sure, just for printing the cutting. Attaching is kind of grouping them together. Combine, so you've got weld, which once you weld, you can't unweld. Okay. I mean, you can obviously undo, but like, I'll explain in a minute. So you've got unite, which would, say you have 2 shapes, like a circle and a triangle, as you can see, or a square in this image. You layer them over the top of each other.
And it just makes it one.
Unite makes it one. If you do subtract, it will take a part of, so you've got a circle as a bottom layer and a square on the top layer. The bit that overlaps, it will minus that shape from it, so you could end up with like a...
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Intersect will leave you with the bit that is overlapping.
Okay, yeah.
And exclude will...
Just the opposite, yeah.
So pretty much.
So we're going to centralize this.
Yep, so I highlighted these 2, clicked them 2, so that you can see that they're highlighted here.
Yep.
And then I just do align, center horizontally.
Perfect.
And that shimmies that over.
It was close.
And I think I'm happy with that, although I don't know if I want that under lowercase or uppercase.
I like it like that.
Yeah?
I think it looks good.
Okay, perfect. And then that is pretty much, I'm happy with that. It doesn't matter if it's centered to the square because that square is not going to print.
Disappear. Yeah.
And then by doing that, I just click square, delete. Oh, it's gone.
Okay, let's do the exciting bit.
And then
what are we using?
I'm going to click. Well, yeah, this is the new shiny. We have got another roll that's in the packaging, just so you can see.
So that's how, if you order it from us, that's what it comes like. And this is one that you've obviously been using.
Yeah.
It's very good. And does it come with this little sticker for this very reason?
Yeah. They also do some really cool, you know, back in the day, the slap bands that you...
Yes.
They make them, which I think we're going to be stocking, and they just slap around the vinyl, keep them in place.
So clever.
So clever.
They make the slap.
Yeah, they make them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, oh, it's coming out. Right. Okay.
Perfect. And then we also have, let me get everything I need, mats, Cricut mats. This is a pack of 3 that we stock.
Okay. I'm going to use one of them.
Yeah. If I can get into it.
I'm sure I've asked Lydia from Balloon Occasions what the difference is in the 3 mats.
I can tell you if you want.
If you could tell me what that is again, because I can't remember.
So this one here, the purple one, is strong grip. So this is, I did do a little Instagram story last week actually of the 3 different mats and the materials that you can use on them.
Okay.
So this is for heavy duty materials, think felt, they do have a fabric mat as well, but not that it's part of this pack. Felt, leather, really heavy cardstock, kind of, if you're using this, although this vinyl is metallic, it's thin. But a lot of chrome vinyls are actually really thick and don't stick to the standard grip mat as well. Okay. So this is a good mat for anything that's very thick, heavy duty, strong. And then you've got the green mat, which is standard grip. This is for your everyday cardstock, for everyday vinyl.
Is that the one you'd use the most, do you reckon?
Yeah, this is the one you do use the most. And then you've got the blue one, which is light grip. And this one you use for like more delicate materials, paper, card, anything that's very kind of delicate. It's got a very low tack on it, so it's easy to peel bits off.
So which one are you going to use today?
I'm going to use the green one.
Every day? Okay,
yeah.
I'll get rid of these.
And then the other thing is they come with a protective sheet, just to keep them nice and clean so you don't get anything on them.
You could be on QVC, you know.
We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, they're really handy. Excellent. I really like them. They do long one. They do longer mats. I think they are 20. These are 12 by 12 inches, and they do ones that are...
I'm just thinking of Chandler Bing now. Oh dear. All right, carry on. We won't cut that out. That's fine.
They do mats that are 12 by 24 inches. So they are quite long and they are great for doing signage, for things. And it's the same thing. They do the same colors, same grip strength. And yeah, they're just longer mats, so you can do bigger projects on them.
I'm just thinking of Chandler Bing, and it wasn't do, it was duties. It was duties that he talked about. Anyway, we digress. Let's make it happen. Do you want me to unlock this?
Can do. So back on Design Space, you can, the great thing with the new Maker 3, and I'm not too sure if it is with the Explore 3, but I definitely know it's with the Maker, Cricut do their own smart vinyl, which means you don't need a mat. You can just have the roll, slot it in the machine, and it feeds through, feeds back out, and cuts it for you.
But other brands of vinyl, you've got to use the mat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to use the mat.
So on here you can see at the moment it's loaded as if I don't have a mat. However, I'm going to use a mat. There's also a thing called a card mat, which is specifically for doing cards.
Okay.
And then that'll refresh, and now you can see it is the mat, but in
Digital form.
Digital form, yeah.
Oh, I'm losing the tube.
The other thing is that if you were using heat transfer vinyl, so making clothing or tote bags, that sort of thing, you would have to mirror the image so that once you stick it on, it is the right way around.
Yeah, I understand.
But because we're using permanent vinyl, I'm not gonna mirror it.
So here you can see exactly how many squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what are you doing? So that would be that way, wouldn't it? So 1, 2,
the other
3.
way. That way.
Why?
Because the Cricut logo's at the top.
Cricut logo's at the top.
But it has that bit if you scroll down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's right. So it's 5. So you can just measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and cut somewhere along there.
So you don't waste anything.
That is so simple. Shall I do that?
Yeah.
No, I'll get it wrong. Hey, you do it. You do it.
No, you do it.
I know.
Yeah, you can do it.
I'm never allowed to do anything. Okay.
I'm not very good at cutting straight lines, so
1,
it might
2,
be best
3,
if you do it.
4, 5. So if I do
You want to go
5.
down to 12, just make sure. So you can see here it's got numbers at the top, numbers at the bottom, and I always make sure where that line is. So I would probably go down, maybe just to where
I took
13.
my glasses off. Okay. And I'm starting from this side, so I'm just going to go about here.
Yeah.
Is that enough? Is that all right? Don't laugh at me. I'm old using scissors. I'm not a crafter. My
I'm
sister's
just not very good at scissors.
probably laughing at me. She's watching. Yes, did it. I hope that's big enough.
Yeah.
Is it right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The other good thing about scraps of vinyl, I accumulate lots and lots of scraps. So you can see this bit here is only going to fill, it's going to fill the whole area. However, we're not going to be cutting that whole area out, so you will end up with some scraps. They are great for using, repurposing, doing smaller projects, like the keychain would be great for using scraps.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing, like I said, when you put the scraps onto the mat in different areas, cut them all out.
That's very clever.
Yeah, it's really great. You can also move them around. So say you had lots of designs on one mat, and you can just literally move it down here, cut it down there if you want. It will also flag up if you have overlapped them.
Okay.
I think. No. Doesn't do it.
Liar.
It normally comes up with like a little red square around it saying that the vinyls are overlapping. So move them back, but I like to give them enough space just in case a cut did go wrong. Sometimes where vinyl's sticky, it can get stuck to the blade. It could go through the whole thing.
Okay.
So just give it a bit of space just in case anything does.
So how do you stick this on here now? You've got to take the thing out. I'll leave it to you. I'm not going to do any more. I'll get rid of scissors.
The mat comes with a protector. Trying to keep that safe.
I'll put this over here.
And then you've got your bit of vinyl. I'm going to put it this way just because. No, do it that way. And you can, so Cricut, although it says, you can see here on the design space that it gives, although the border is here, it does give you a little bit of space between the borders.
Okay.
You can line it up, you don't have to be perfect. That one's going to cut a bit low, so I'm going to move. Whoa. It's very sticky, especially when you first use a mat. You can lower the tack of mats by, you just smooth that out so there's no bumps. Sometimes if a mat gets old and there's hair, dirt, that sort of thing stuck to it, it will create little bumps, and sometimes if the blade goes over it, it will still cut, but it could the cut won't be as great.
Okay. How'd you get rid of that?
you either get a new mat, or there are ways to wash them. I've never successfully washed a mat. I've always unstuck them, but it's trial and error. Let me just move. Oh no, I don't want to continue. Move that down a bit just so to avoid that bit where it didn't cut perfectly straight.
That wasn't me. I did this. That was there already.
Oh, okay.
So
that was me earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
That was me
I wasn't
earlier.
going to say anything. Although mine, I've gone from there. I've definitely gone at a diagonal.
That's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
I can't believe you're trying to blame me for cutting.
I told you I can't cut in a straight line.
Clearly.
And then, so now I've clicked continue, and it's going to bring up this. So this is the next step into cutting. We're pretty much there. And this vinyl is, well, we'll have a look at this first. You can set what material you're about to cut.
Glasses. I've put my glasses somewhere. There.
So I go browse all materials. You can see just the sheer amount of stuff that you can.
Wow.
Fleece, flannel, lycra.
Nylon.
It keeps going.
Wow. Rice paper. Mylar. So that's foil balloons.
So you can do an awful lot with them.
So if you were doing something, you had an old foil balloon, you could just cut it and stick that on there, and that would cut that. If you were creating, you could make your own confetti, couldn't you, if you really wanted to?
Does like a lot of recycling with that sort of thing. Bamboo fabric. You can also bookmark ones that you use frequently, and then they will appear back on that screen before. So this is, we use it on a premium vinyl setting because it is like a more expensive, like thicker quality. Although that vinyl, I say it's thin. With chrome metallic vinyls, normally they are very thick, and you have to use a lot of machine power to cut them.
Okay.
But this one, I'm just going to use the premium vinyl setting, and I'm going to do textured metallic. So now that's selected, that will go away, and you can set the pressure. So you've got a default pressure, more pressure, less pressure. It will be a bit of trial and error. When I cut the normal chrome vinyl, I use more pressure. If you are cutting very intricate details, you can use less pressure just so the blade doesn't catch it. Another good tip when cutting really fine letters that a lot of people do on balloons is to use the washi tape setting. They've got a washi tape one, and it's very good for like cutting.
Good tip. Free of charge, everybody.
So now I've set my pressure. I'm going to go with the default one because that's what I used earlier, and it worked for me.
Yeah.
It will depend on how old the blades are, how dull they are. It depends on a lot of things.
Okay.
But yeah. And the next thing is I load this. So it says no tool required in clamp A. This here is clamp A.
Okay.
It can come out and you can put things in there. So like the stylus, you can use pens so you can draw and write with it.
Yep.
Don't have to write a letter ever again.
Cool. You can't read my writing when I do that.
This is clamp B, and this is normally where a cutting blade will go in, and you can change it out. Just literally unhook it's strong, that one, and then that is the blade sits in there. You just take that out.
Can we take it out?
Yeah. That is the blade.
Oh, right.
So you can see it's got some vinyl on there already. I might just clean that, to be fair, just to give us a better cut.
Okay.
And then you can change the blades, or you can get new. This is called a housing.
It's like a slick little blade. I like it.
Yeah, they're tiny. Yeah. They're very expensive too.
Yeah.
So you can either replace.
Not that expensive at Balloon Market.
No, definitely not. But yeah, so you can replace the blade, or you can replace the housing, and then that just slots back in here. Close that one. Close that one.
So you can replace the little centre thing that is the blade without having to replace the housing. Yeah. Perfect. Cool.
So that's what I mean. The housing and the blade are quite expensive together, or you can just replace the blades.
I see.
And you get different blades for different jobs. So right now it's time to load. So I've got my vinyl attached to my mat.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna line it up so it's got a guide here and a guide here, so you can't really go in and out. It's also these clips here and here, either side. You want to make sure it lines up with that.
So it goes under those clips.
And then I'm gonna press this one, and it feeds it through. And now the machine's just calibrating, and you can see it's measuring on the screen, measuring the mat length.
This is really weird. It's the whole artificial intelligence thing. It's like a robot. It's measuring and sensing, and it's going to do stuff now.
And now all you need to do is press play.
Can I do that?
Yeah. And you can see on here, it will come up preparing, detecting, so the blade's just working out what it's going to be cutting.
Go on then.
Just getting started.
All right.
And now it's going to start cutting.
This is so quiet as well. I expected it to be noisier.
No, this one's really quiet. On the screen it says it does give you like how much percentage it's done. It isn't at 100%, but I find on this laptop for some reason it just goes to 100% straight away.
Okay.
But
Blame the laptop.
it does. It never normally does it.
Okay.
The other thing is you can pause it if something goes wrong. Sometimes you can feed a mat in wrong and it will get stuck. Or vinyl, if you're using an old mat, that's not so sticky, the vinyl can start to uplift. So you can always pause it. Do you want to eject it?
That one?
Yep.
The one it's telling you to eject. There it is.
So now, I don't know if you, but you can see it.
I can see it. Show it to
So
Alex.
you can kind of,
That's it.
I don't know what way around it is.
It's because it would be upside down.
You can't see it anyway. You can kind of
Well,
see
you might
the
be
lines.
able to see it. I don't know. Anyway. So shall I take the stuff off the perspex?
Yeah, can do. I'm going to take the vinyl off of the mat. For this, I turn it upside down just to make sure that I don't ruin the vinyl, especially on thinner, like matte gloss vinyls. The lettering can lift it very easily. So if I do it this way, I'm not kind of bending the vinyl, causing the letters to pop out.
I'm not going to take it off yet because I normally do that when I'm putting a thing on my phone and then I always get a bit of dust underneath. It really frustrates me.
Put that mat.
Are we done with that?
Yeah, you can put the thingy
put
back
that.
on. Where are my scissors?
The thingy. I'll put the thingy back on.
The protector.
Oh, okay.
I'm not very good at words.
Oh no, it's very sticky.
It's so sticky.
Hold on, I'm going to make a noise. Oh. I'll do that later. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I'll leave that
So
there.
you can see the lines. I'm just going to cut around. I'm going to cut table and 5 separately. I'm going to cut. So you can give them more room so you're not having to work around them. This is where my not very good cutting skills come in.
Wait, that doesn't have to be accurate, does it? It's
No,
just,
not at all. And then that is your vinyl scrap that you can use later. Give you that to
Okay, I will
start off.
put this here as well. I'm making a mess over here. I'll put it under here.
And now the next thing you might have heard of is weeding.
Weeding!
I don't know why it's called weeding.
I know, it's fun, isn't it?
But this is a weeding pack that we stock. It has various weeders in. It's got tweezers. It's got very sharp, pointy, like hook tools, which are what you weed with. Tweezers are great if something's like uplifting, or a lot of the times when I just rip it off, not that you're supposed to, but I don't have the patience at the end of the day, I rip it off, and then something might get unstuck, then you just use tweezers to put it back into place so that you're not putting your fingers over, ruining the stickiness of it, that sort of thing.
So what are you going to use?
I'm going to use this one with the pink handle in the middle. It's my favourite tool. They are very, very sharp. Like, the amount of times I've been weeding and like hooked it and cut myself, it's not fun.
So now be careful, everybody.
I can get into these.
You get to open all our products. You get to play with all our products.
I've been waiting a long time to do this. It's what, a year and a half now? I've been waiting to do this. Oh, when I was allowed a Cricut, that was the best day ever. I'm not going to use the rest. I don't think I'll need them for this, but if you are using more intricate lettering, then I would probably get out a pair of tweezers as well, just in case.
All right. It's got this little protective thing on it.
Yeah, it's got a little, take that off. You can keep them. The other great thing about Cricut is once you're done with your tools, got a little thing. This one's shallower as well for like blades and stuff. Yeah. And also under here.
I've got storage
here
there as
you
well.
can put needles in because it's magnetic.
Very. Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I thought of everything, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. So I store a lot of my scraps of vinyl.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
This is great.
Really clever, isn't it?
Every day's a school day.
And also the other great thing is you can put an iPad in this slot or a tablet.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then so it works.
Cool.
So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut this one down a little bit because you don't need a lot of access. I do find some people like to put a little box, an outline of a box around that, so that if they are weeding a lot on one bit of vinyl, they can just outtake the box.
Yeah.
And then it's easier. But
all right, let's weed.
Let's do this table first. Move over. It's always hard to get the hook into it in the first place. And then
You are impatient, aren't you? You're just ripping that off.
Yeah.
But it's worked.
Don't want to waste time with it. This is I need one of those like finger bins.
Yeah. We do sell those. There's probably one somewhere over there.
And then just literally hook.
Oh, you do that like a pro.
Hook.
I guess you are a pro.
I'd like to think so, after however many years doing vinyl.
Very nice.
Do you want to do number 5?
Oh, God, no. Let me see.
At least it's that you don't have to like hook out anything.
You know, I'll probably still get it wrong. See, I can't even get into it. How do you do it?
Maybe.
There you go. Got it.
Yep. And then just.
You getting this, Alex? This is me. I've done more on this show than I've done on any other show ever. Ta-da!
Done. And that is the number 5. So I'm going to get my transfer tape now that we've cut our 2 bits out. Okay. This is the big. This roll has been here since I've started.
I know.
This is how long it lasts.
I think it's at least 6 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
The great thing is that you can. It doesn't really work with metallic chrome vinyls, but with the normal matte and gloss vinyls, you can reuse the same bit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna peel it.
I'll do this.
I'm very chaotic, so I just cut anywhere and hope for the best.
Oh man, let's use my glasses again.
So then I've got my bit of transfer tape.
I'm taking both sides off here.
I'll just do one for now so we don't scratch it up.
Okay, oh, good idea.
And then I'm just going to put number down onto the transfer tape this way, and then I'm going to put that bit onto the transfer tape. Do I have my squeegee? This is one of the new Tech Wrap squeegees.
Oh, Tech Wraps.
So I'm just going to do that, squeegee it down, and then, because I've cut a lot of excess, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Cut around it.
So if you wanted to, you know, you moved the table around and the 5 around on the screen and then you cut it out. You could leave it as it was, as the design, and do it all as one if you really wanted to. But that would be wasting vinyl, arguably.
I mean, we've kind of technically wasted vinyl this way. I'd find, especially like that seating chart, I had the one for the table number and then all the names. I attached that as one thing, so each one was cut out in that block.
Okay.
It is easier to do if you're making like lots of this. It's easier than trying to position each one individually.
Okay.
Because then you know it's aligned already. And
so you've made it difficult for yourself, effectively. Why did you do that? Why did you choose to do that?
Because a great thing is that you can move bits around. You don't have to keep it where it is. You just, especially say you're making a cup. I know we're not doing that right now, but making a cup. People try and wrap the whole thing around it. You're using a big bit of vinyl, get stuck to places you don't want it. It can be tricky. It's messy.
Okay.
I like to do a bit at a time. Then it's less fiddly.
All right. Here's your.
Thank you. I'm just gonna.
Acrylic disc. It's not an acrylic disc. You didn't correct me.
Because I don't say it right either. Also, transfer tape is very sticky. So I've got that bit, and I'm just going to cut a bit of excess. It's great to have a bit hanging over, so it's easier to peel off. Can't multitask. I'm also left-handed, so I use the scissors a bit awkwardly. Okay. So that's the
peeled off. I didn't know you were left-handed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, one of the banes of my life.
Because there are left-handed scissors, aren't there?
Yeah, but
my daughter's left-handed.
So uncomfortable to use.
Are they?
Really hurt my hand, yeah.
Oh, wow. Why is that then, if they're designed for left-handed?
No idea. It might just be me. I also broke my left wrist when I was younger. And
that's what it is then.
Since then, I can't write very well with it and nothing. Fun fact. So chrome metallic vinyls are quite difficult to get them to stick to transfer tape because they are shiny, they are less, I don't know, they just don't stick very well. Yeah. So one thing I do is I make sure I have kind of gone over it as hard as I can. And then what I do, how do I do it this way? I put this somewhere, maybe put it closer to this bit.
Yeah.
I will get this bit, so you can see here it's not stuck.
Alex can't see it.
I do it like this, and then I like literally push this up so that you're forcing it
So yeah,
and peeling the backing away.
that's a good technique. There you
Especially when you were doing that many fiddly numbers earlier, it was.
go. Yeah.
So that is the 5 stuck. And then I'm going to do the same for the table. Just make sure it's all stuck down. And then this way probably got the most accent. And then I'm going to just, again, oh, see. And if something doesn't stick, that's okay. You just literally go back over it. See, not stuck, go back.
What do you do then? Just press down a little bit harder? Yeah.
Press down a little bit harder and also try and keep this quite like tight.
Yeah. Wow.
And then we've got our acrylic black.
So you're just going to do this by eye?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That is why the other one is wonky.
Skills.
One thing, if you had the protector back on the mat, or I can get a mat from under here. Where are they? One thing you can do, because they are clear, move that out of the way. You can use this as a guide.
Oh, that was such
you
a good.
can
I think Lydia said that to me when she did her show.
line it up.
That's such a good idea, though.
Yeah. I only figured that out after years of doing it. I was like, duh.
Don't admit that. It's just that you've always known that. You're the expert.
But I normally work with heat transfer vinyl, so it's not like with a t-shirt or a tote bag. I do just, you can only eyeball it.
Yeah.
You can buy guides, but what's the point? So I'm just trying to think where I want this. I'm going to line the top letters up with the line here. Or maybe I should do the 5 first. No, I'll do this first. Pressure,
Gotta
pressure,
commit,
pressure,
haven't you?
pressure. And then I'm just going to get my squeegee. Just make sure it's all nice and stuck down. And then...
Ta-da! Okay.
Yep. Now for 5. Ooh. See, that is why you work in smaller bits, because if I had done that with the whole thing, it probably would have stuck.
Okay.
So, right, I'm just trying to get that in the middle. Make sure it's straight. That's roughly in the middle of them, isn't it?
I'm just going to go with yes.
Squeegee.
God, you do that really confidently as well. Yeah. So you know that's properly stuck down.
Yeah.
You know that's not coming up.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Because especially with the chrome vinyls, it is more sticky to, you can, if there are any bits of dirt, you can just go over them. Not that it should be on this, but
okay.
Yeah. And then, do you want to do the honours of?
Yeah. I will. I'll do the honours eventually. I'm going to do a big reveal.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Look at that.
Do you want to put it in the little block?
Oh yeah. Comes with a block. It doesn't come with a block. Does it come with a block? Or do
No,
you
you
buy
buy
the
the
block
block
separately?
separately.
Look at that. And then that matches this. That is brilliant, Charlotte. Thank you so much for
That's
that.
all right. No worries.
But we need a balloon because we're a balloon market,
Yeah.
obviously. And Vicky put together a balloon for us.
Mm-hmm.
So you have got something prepared and
Yeah.
we're going to put that onto the balloon. But I think Vicky should be the one doing that.
Yeah.
So let's get Vicky in and we'll do that now. And here we have Vicky, also all the way from the balloon market office over there,
Yep.
haven't you? So Vicky, you've been on BMTV once before, I think, very briefly,
Yeah.
wasn't it, in a similar way to
Very
this?
short, yeah.
But you've worked for us for how long?
6 years. May the
6 years.
12th was my blue anniversary.
Oh, was
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, May the 12th. Shame it wasn't May the 4th. Star Wars and everything, talking to Charlotte earlier on. Anyway, so you've worked here for 6 years, but during COVID, you started your own business as well, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Doing this sort of thing and everything else. But you also do all the balloon things on our social media. You do all of that, don't you? Very quickly then, what have you done here?
So I've made here, so I've got one of our hat boxes. This is the biggest size hat box. And then I've added some artificial flowers inside. We've got a Qualitex 20-inch bubble with a latex balloon inside, and then just some ribbon. So it's like a kind of like a hot air balloon design with artificial flowers.
You hardly even see the stick in the middle there, so it does look like it's hot air. So has that got some Oasis foam in there?
Yeah, so it's got a dry, I think it's called a dry floral block.
Okay.
Yeah, inside there. So the artificial flowers just stick into the floral block in the hat box.
Yeah, it looks wonderful.
It's really good because it lasts so long.
Yeah.
It's air filled.
Yeah. So you are going to show basically just the last little bit of that. So Charlotte has obviously printed off, cut that out.
So we've got some pre-cut, textured, I think this one's called champagne tech wrap vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just going to apply that onto the balloon
and that's
here.
going to match the other stuff that we've done.
Yeah.
So are you going to do that? Is there any way you can do that whilst facing the camera? So sort of twist
How
around.
do you want it, like
It's
that?
going to be interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
If it's not absolutely straight, it doesn't matter.
Right, let's give it a go.
Okay.
So I just kind of like pull it taut, so the application tape isn't kind of like rolled up. It's because you want the vinyl to go on smooth. And just try and make it level within the gap that you're looking at. On a bubble balloon, if it's helium filled as well, I like kind of try and look at the seams.
Okay.
So you've got the seams at the right place, and you can sort of place it in the middle. Yeah. Just to make it straight. Apologies if this isn't straight. I'm doing it at a bit of a weird angle. So once I've got it on there, I'm just smoothing out the vinyl.
So could you use a squeegee to do that? Or
Yeah, you could do. Yeah.
you use your nails?
Yeah, I'm just using my fingers now. But yeah, you can definitely use a squeegee. So that is all smooth on there now. And then I can just pull away the application tape, hopefully. And there we go.
It's fantastic. So that goes perfectly. It's the same vinyl as our number.
Yeah.
And the table, what do you call this? Table plan? What did I call it earlier on?
Table plan.
Table plan. All using the same vinyl. Well, Vicky, thank you for showing us that. Charlotte, come back. I'll stand in the middle. You stand there. This is weird being in the middle. Very odd. So as the main guest on BMTV this week, you get to ask everybody the question of the week. So what question would you like to ask everybody out there?
What sort of thing would you like to see me do next?
Okay.
Create, make, vinyl. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What would you like Charlotte to make next on BMTV using vinyl? Leave your comments down below on Facebook and on YouTube. Both of you, thank you so much for doing this. And thank you, everybody out there, for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit that button. Hit the little bell icon, and it'll notify you every time we upload a new show. Check us out on Instagram and check us out on TikTok as well. And I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Stay happy, stay positive. Ciao for now. Bye.